the awareness, what they're able to do with their hips, their shoulders.
Gosh.
A great scramble here on mat 4, bottom left. Robidoux holding that far ankle of Larkin, but Larkin trying to break that free, hip around. Robidoux's been the aggressor this entire match, getting in on a ton of leg attacks. Larkin, a good scrambler, defensive wrestler, stalemate back up to their feet. But I'd be curious to see if he gets dinged for stalling here pretty soon. I feel like Robidoux's taken 6 or 7 shots.
I agree. He's definitely been the aggressor, but sometimes guys like that. They like being, you know, they want people to take risk on them because their defense is so good.
Larkin's one of those guys.
He is. He definitely
Tricky.
is. But then again, we need to score, so we want to see offensive as well.
I want to just go back to 133 a little bit with Jax Forrest.
Oh,
you
baby.
see him. What impresses you most about that phenom?
He's a good kid. Over everything. Like, people see him wrestle. He is so tough, but he's just a good guy. I love hanging out with him. When he came to Stillwater, he came and trained with the RTC with us, and I got to know him really well. But just his attitude of he really wants to be a champion. His mindset, I like to say, is bulletproof. It's unbreakable. We've seen him wrestle national champions at the U.S. Open and all these tournaments. He doesn't care. He wants to be the best, so he doesn't let anything get in his way. When he's on a hot streak and he's determined, like he's been on this tournament so far, nothing is going to stop in his or be in his way from him becoming a national champion.
P.J. Duke put 20 up on Canada
That's
in the
impressive.
Big Ten quarterfinal. Here he puts up 21. 25 seconds into the third period. A tech fall for P.J. Duke. Another Nittany line into the semifinals.
Really quickly in the Consolation, bottom left, the upset.
Joffrey of Illinois over Styles of Ohio State.
That's a tough loss for Ohio State as you think about potential
tournament is over.
team scoring.
1 point match with Robidoux and Larkin. They're on the bottom in the center, mat number 4. Webster and Taylor, a tight one. Taylor with the riding time at 1:01.
Top right, mat 5, Waters with a takedown late in the second period to take the lead 4-2.
That just happened, Mike? The takedown?
Just happened.
Inside of 10 seconds.
Inside of 10 seconds, fresh restart here. Obviously finishing the period on top totally changes the dynamic of this match.
Mat number 4. It's going to be points for Larkin, and he's got his first lead, 5-4. Again, he beat him in the Big 12 final, 4-3. Robidoux got that first takedown early, 45 seconds into the first.
And this is where if you're Robidoux, you're a freshman, you've been the aggressor the entire match. Now all of a sudden it's not going your way, you're in the hole. You got to keep your composure, get your escape, tie this thing up, and get back to what you do great.
Cannon Webster with a single leg on Taylor. They're down to 45 seconds third period on mat number 6. Good mat return there from Larkin. Slides a leg in, crossbody ride there from the center.
Oh!
And look at this from Robidoux. Back and forth we go. Robidoux reclaims the lead 6-5.
This is the same position they were just in when Larkin threw him through to get his takedown.
And interesting, Larkin's trying to keep him inbounds even though he's still technically on bottom.
They give the escape or a stalling there. I think it was just an escape for
They
Larkin.
give an escape, so it is 6-6.
Man, just up to mat 5, Ty Waters is such a shifty wrestler. Looks like he's trying to get a cradle. Potentially dangerous. Some of these wrestlers, I feel like we need to relook at how we look at potentially dangerous.
Check this out on mat number 6
Look
right
at
now.
that.
Taylor is going to finish the period on top. And he's going to get the win. Antrell Taylor back into the semis.
And how clutch has he been in
He's
these
clutch.
close matches this
clutch.
entire year? He's been tested so many times in these sorts of scenarios, and he just continues to come out on top. Beautiful shot by Shapiro, far ankle, able to get the quick finish. Ties it up, 5-5 with 50 seconds left.
157 has not disappointed. Robidoux and Larkin 10 seconds away from sudden victory. Straight on shot there by the Cowboy.
He's gonna, no, yes, no. Wow.
How do these guys do this?
This is all heart now. These guys have to be exhausted. I understand that right now they're driving off of their determination to be champions. They both want to win. That's what's driving them right now.
But I love that from Robidoux, the freshman. You can let the clock tick down when you're under 10 seconds and just assume you're going to overtime. He doesn't. He takes the shot, and he's immediately back on the offense, dropping to the leg again.
Let's see if he can make the adjustment. Many times he's been in your position. He's finished it once, but now we need to see if he can find a solution against Larkin.
What's the adjustment he's got to make?
I think he needs to elevate it as high as he can, but I mean, I guarantee you Larkin's giving him some heavy pressure when he's trying to wrestle him here. He's just so good at balancing. There it is!
Takedown for Robidoux. The Cowboy into the semis. Waters knocks off Shapiro. The stage is set for the semis at 157. Robidoux avenging the loss in the Big 12 finals.
This is wrestling. This is wrestling.
That lived up to the hype.
Wow.
What a weight class. What a weight class.
It'll be PJ Duke and Landon Robidoux top half at 157. Waters and Taylor on the bottom. This quarterfinal round is so good. What a sport. How can people not love this?
And there's no place to point fingers after you wrestle. It's just you and your opponent out there, which is something I love. Of course, there's a team aspect of it, but man, going out there and wrestling your heart out it's something that if you've never wrestled and you're listening, go give it a try. I don't care if you're 15, I don't care if you're 20, 25, go join a club, do something fun, try to get involved because this sport will change your life.
Here with Wyatt Hendrickson, national champion at 285 a year ago, the Dan Hodge Trophy winner, knocking off Gable Stevenson of Minnesota to win that title. Shane Sparks, Mike McMullen, the four-time All-American and Big Ten champion from Northwestern. Matt Cass coverage. It has been a spectacular Friday here in the land. As you look at your screen, Matt's 1 and 2 on the left. Consolation matches. You win, you move on. You lose, you go home. 7 and 8 there on the right. Consolation matches as well. There in the middle, the 165 quarterfinals upcoming. Growing up, Wyatt, who was your favorite wrestler?
Growing up, well, I mean, ironically, it was David Taylor. The two wrestlers I watched the most were Kyle Dake and David Taylor. And when there was a point in my career when I wanted to quit, which was I was in 8th grade, I was sick and tired of the sport, and I had to cut weight for Fargo back when I was cutting weight, you know, don't miss those days. I was on the treadmill, and I started looking up the YouTube videos of those two wrestlers, and I ended up running on the treadmill for 2 hours just out of inspiration from what David Taylor and Kyle Dake were providing to me through just some YouTube video I stumbled upon. And so ever since then, I mean, it really just kind of got me back into the sport of wrestling. And then, of course, when I got that call from Coach Taylor saying, hey, I want you to come wrestle for me, it was a done deal. It was a done deal.
How about you, Mike? You have a favorite growing up?
I really liked watching Jordan Oliver. He's only a couple years older than me, but growing up in the Lehigh Valley and just seeing how slick and creative and technical he was his entire career, 3-time Pennsylvania State champ, obviously 2-time NCAA champ, in the finals his senior year against Logan Stieber with that controversial call. But I mean, he was a guy, if you were at a youth tournament, his mat was filled up. Everybody was around his mat watching him wrestle. When his bout sheet was called, he was almost a folk legend in that way in the Northeast. And I mean, he's obviously shown so many people how awesome of a wrestler he is.
And he can still wrestle.
Yeah.
I watched him wrestle at the past couple RAF events, and a lot of the guys who have been coming back after taking a big break, you don't see, too much of wrestling out of them, but I was watching him wrestle, and I was like, holy smokes, he's still got it. I think he should come back and wrestle at the U.S. Open.
Like Wyatt, Jordan Oliver, a national champion for Oklahoma State. All right, 165 pounds, Mitchell Messenbrink, the reigning national champion at the weight class. 3-time Big Ten champ, Messenbrink on mat number 3 against Bryce Hepner. These two wrestled back in February of 2024. Their only meeting, Messenbrink beat him 10-4. At that time, Hepner was at Ohio State. Cesar Alvin from Columbia, the number 12 seed, wrestling Nico Ruiz. These two